Hey everybody. I got another one. This one's about how to deal with the police properly. Hey man, you got to check this out, and you got to see what it is that went wrong for this guy. Luckily he walked away, but don't go away. We'll be right back. We're going to get into it just a second. All right, here we are, another one, back again, and we're here to discuss the situation with this young man here. It says the name of the clip is FBI agent, police arrest FBI agent. This guy's actually not an FBI agent, but I wanted to show you what not to do when these police roll up on you, even if they're in the wrong. There's a way to handle this situation. So let's take a look at it.
No, if you're wrong, you're racial profile. Am I? Yeah, you're wrong. You're assuming I'm someone that I'm not. Are you Jake? No, I'm not Jake. You look like Jake. There you go. I look like Jake. Yeah, but you're Jake. No. Yes, you are. No, I'm opposite. You're Jake. Okay. Get out of my face, man. You guys are harassing me. Yes, you guys are. Hey, you're fucking harassing me. Yes, you are. No. He's harassing me. Why?
Now, the first thing he did was tell them to get out of his face, right? Now, here they are. They have the authority, and you're telling them what to do. Okay, so that is wrong. That is wrong. A wrong way to handle this. And when I'm saying wrong in a way to where you're trying to go home and be asleep in your own bed in the same evening as this occurrence is happening. That's what I mean. Nobody's telling you got to, put your head up their asses, and you ain't got to do none of that. You ain't got to be, no punk. You just be a normal person with respect and keep your head under control. That way, you won't put yourself in a position where you're putting your life at risk, because these people, you understand, they have all these weapons on them. You don't have anything on you, most likely. And that's not going to work in this situation. That's not going to work. Well, that's not being militarily sound. You got to think about yourself like in a military situation. But anyway, let's continue and see what other mistakes this man made in this situation.
Why are you harassing me? You're assuming I'm someone I'm not. Okay, if you're not, then no. You're not free to go. Okay. Am I being detained? Yeah, you are. For what? Because I think you have a warrant. You think? Yeah. That's an illusion. That's an illusion. You think? Stand up your hands. I'm not. For what? I don't have a warrant. You're very wrong.
Okay, so he knows he don't have no warrant, but at the same time he's not complying. So if you don't have no warrant, just show your ID and make sure you just show your ID. Then the fact that he is not disclosing showing his ID, that is causing an extra issue. It depends on what you see. For him, at this point, it was him. He is going to teach them a lesson. Okay? So it's worth to him to drag this thing out for 20, 30 minutes to teach them a lesson. Do you got 20 or 30 minutes to try to teach some people a lesson? Or do you got to get on with your life and get on with your day? It's up to you. I mean, whatever you want. I'm assuming you have things to do and you got a life to live. You don't have 20 or 30 minutes or an hour or 2 hours to try to, I'm going to show these cops that I'm smarter than them. Do you really, I mean, the odds of you winning in that situation and walking away are very slim. Luckily, this dude was in a crowded place, and but what if he wasn't? You know what I mean? He's not even thinking about that situation. But anyway, let's continue.
No, you are wrong. What do you mean if you're wrong? You're wrong. You're wrong. We're not going to play this game. Hold on. No, hold on. You guys are not going to try to manhandle me first. I'm not under arrest. I didn't do nothing.
Now he's doing the whole, don't touch me. 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 Now he's doing that, right? When all they trying to do is do their job, right? So far. Maybe they could have been a little better about it, yeah. But who ain't made no mistakes on the job? They could have they probably could have came at him a lot easier, better. But he ain't making it no better. I mean, he just multiplying the situation, in my opinion. I don't know where you going to go where cops going to get down on their knees and kiss your ass and beg you to stand up and beg you to put your hand behind. I don't know what planet you're going to go and that's going to happen. Most cops are going to just be direct and say, do this. They're going to give you some commands. Now it's up to you to decide whether you're going to obey those commands and know what your options are if you don't obey those commands. So you got to know your rights as an American. You got to know your rights. And if you don't know your rights, I said this before, you out here freestyling, and like this dude freestyling. He lucky he's in front of all of these people. If he wasn't and he was continuing to act like this, it may have went way bad for him. Way worse. Right now, he just lost, excuse me, he just lost probably about 30, 40 minutes of his life to try to teach two cops that they don't know what they're doing. Instead of just saying, hey, man, you could have came at me a different way, which I've done. I remember one time cop stopped me. Well, he didn't stop me, but he shone the bright light, and he was passing me on the other side of the street, shone that bright light into my car, and it almost cost me to crash. And I told him, I said, man, you almost made me crash. And him and his partner was like, yeah, whatever. But I let him know, hey, you almost made me crash. You could have handled that differently. And then, of course, that made them come after. So now, whenever they rode down my street, they would look for me. But they didn't know how hooked up I was with the city. Once they looked at my vehicle and saw certain information on my vehicle, they realized, whoo, we fucking with the wrong person. They gone. They came to my house trying to pull me out, trying to question me about something. And one of them walked up on my vehicle. Well, this is what my son was telling me. They walked up on my vehicle. And once they realized they was messing with the wrong person, man, they was out of there. But my point is, they don't know. Sometimes they don't know who they messing with. And you being in the good faith of a person trying to talk to them, yeah, you're being nice, and you expect them to be the same way. But that don't mean they have to be the same way. You got to think in your head, man, I need to walk away. I need to go home. I got people looking for me, people counting on me. You got mother, father, children, wife, girlfriend, whatever. People are expecting to see you. And then you really got to roll the dice in a situation like this where you in a military standoff. You're in a military standoff and you outgunned, outnumbered. Is it really smart to start talking crazy just because you think you in the right? I would just say no. But let's continue. Let's see what else happened here.
For what? For what? Can you tell me for what? For what? I'm under arrest for what? No. If you got...
Now you're supposed to, upon being questioned about your ID, you're supposed to show your ID. They can ask you for your ID, And if you don't have it, you can actually be arrested for not having your ID. They can put you in jail for not having ID. I don't know if he knows that, but a police officer can ask you to show your ID. If you don't show it or don't have it, they can actually arrest you. Okay, that's my understanding. If I'm different, if it's other than that, the last understanding that I had was that was the law, at least out here in California. So, but you could check the law for your state. Maybe he was in a state where that wasn't the case, but at least out here in California, that was my last understanding of that situation. Anyway, moving on.
You got the wrong guy. I'm showing all of you guys. Let me get your card. Can I get your card? Can I get your card? Okay. I'm not standing up front. Listen, I'm not under arrest. I don't have a warrant. I don't have any officers. Hey, yo. Hey.
Okay. Now, the next thing he did, now he's trying to fight with them. Right? Now he's trying to resist. He's trying to resist them picking him up. Now, right here, this is a gray little area because if he's not under arrest, they're not supposed to be doing what they're doing with him. So they either have to arrest him, and when they arrest him, they have to give him a charge. They have to tell him what they're charging him with. Once they arrest him, right? They haven't done that, but they're still detaining him physically, but without a charge. Now, this is the gray little area here. They don't know whether this dude committed a crime or not, so they don't know. It's your job to expunge yourself or exonerate yourself by just showing your. See, all this would have been avoided if the man just would have said, "Hey, look, I'm going to dig in my pocket now. I'm going to get my ID and I'm going to show you." Bam, done. Boom. Okay, you're not the guy. We're gone. Bam. But that's not what he did. He chose that he wanted to resist. He wanted to create this spectacle here. To me, it ain't smart. To me, I feel like you should avoid a spectacle. Why create a spectacle of yourself to show off? I want to show that these cops are being racist. How they being racist? You are the one that's creating the issue by not just showing your ID. You creating the issue. Yeah, you look like them to them, just like to us. All Asian people look the same. If you're not really paying attention, they're gonna say the same thing about black people. All black people look the same. You think they, man? Come on, man. And you putting yourself in their, not putting yourself in their shoes. They're gonna eventually pull one of them weapons to protect themselves because they don't know what you're gonna do, huh? So I'm saying to you, younger guys. I'm saying to you, younger guys, don't act like this. Don't act like this. Get yourself together. Get yourself together. You know, just be compliant. I'm not saying you got to kiss nobody's ass, but just be compliant. That's all you got to do is comply with where you can, where you know and know your rights. First thing, you got to know your rights. So you know whether you are being compliant. And then you got to be strategic. Does it really what are you really showing here? What are you really doing? What is this little little episode really showing? Except for the fact that he's not complying with their rules. He's not complying with them. And then they had to go a little further with it. They felt like they got to go a little further with it for their own safety. But why it didn't even have to get to that, he could have dug in his pocket, got his wallet out. Anyway, moving on.
Hey, officer, listen. No. Go ahead. Matter of fact, look at my ID.
He got the wrong guy, I'm telling y'all.
Wrong ID, motherfucker. You guys do got the wrong guy. You guys are fucking stupid.
That's not you.
You guys are racial profile thinking I'm somebody. I'll take both of you motherfuckers. Take them cuffs off.
Sir.
I got him. Take them cuffs off. I'll take both of you motherfuckers right now.
Okay, now he threatened and he's threatening them. He's threatening them. I mean, just all bad, man. All bad. You know what I mean? Let me tell y'all something, man. I'm gonna be real with you. You don't have to let everybody know how big your penis is. Only the person you sleeping with. You don't have to let everybody know. You don't have to be like, I'm gonna let everybody know in this whole mall, in this whole place, how big my penis is. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do that. Only the people that's sleeping with you need to know how big your penis is, man. You ain't got to let, tell, in other words, so I made a graphic, that was a graphic illustration of this concept I'm about to explain here. You don't have to put all that on it. You don't got to. What are you gonna get out of threat? Now he's threatening these two police, saying, "Take the cuffs off, and I'll take both of you." Maybe he could. I'm not saying maybe he could. Maybe some kind of kickbox or something. Who knows? But how logical is that? How logical is that? See, that ain't logical. That ain't thinking like a soldier. You got to think like a soldier, man. And a soldier's number one thing is to survive. You got to survive. However you got to survive, you got to survive. You got to survive. And that is the reality of the situation. And this dude is doing all kind of things to not survive. He's thinking like a woman. I'm going to make a big spectacle. And everybody's going to see. And then you're going to feel ashamed. Man, these dudes are cops, man. They are trained not to be ashamed. They trained to just, whatever they did, that was what they did. That's what they had to do. Move on. Next. So you ain't going to shame them. What you got to do is try to be logical with them and let them know that you know your rights. See, that is what is ultimately they fear the most, is that you know your rights and you know when they overstepping their authority. But you can't even call them on this overstepping their authority when you are not even doing what you're being asked to do in a routine questioning.
I'll
take both of you motherfuckers right now. Take the cuffs off.
For me, y'all
guys are
got the wrong.
stupid, man. You guys are the dumbest motherfuckers
Well,
I
they
ever
want
met
to
in
get
my
tough.
life.
Grab his fucking wall.
You are stupid. I don't know how you
Hey,
became
yo,
a
y'all
cop.
got the wrong dude.
Matter of fact, anybody can become a cop nowadays. Yeah, so you
Now
guys
he's
really
insulting
had
them.
no other choice to do.
Stupid.
You guys really had nothing else to go to college for but be a cop and harass me to assume I'm somebody I'm not. My ID's in my back pocket.
Y'all got the
Watch,
wrong.
hey, watch how funny this is. Go ahead,
Watch
look at it.
this.
No, don't hate me. Look at it. Oh,
You
what
guys
does that
got
say?
it fucked up.
What does that say? Oh.
Wrong guy.
Oh.
Wrong guy.
Oh my God! No, get the fuck off me, dude! Get off me, dude!
Bro, you fucked up.
Now they're trying to take the cuffs off of him, and he's fighting them, trying to take the cuffs off of him. All bad.
Supervisor over here. Call your supervisor. Call your supervisor. Call your supervisor over here. You guys are the stupidest motherfuckers I ever met in my life. How'd you
Still insulting them.
guys? What the fuck is wrong with you guys?
Look at Get him. Get him. The tough guy. And this guy here.
No, what do you mean? I look like him. I need your guys. Right here.
Now he's making sense, asking for their information.
These guys are racially profiling me. They assume I'm someone that I'm not. I told them I'm not who they think I am. And they said, nope, you are. I'm positive you are. So, I need their cards. I need your card. I need your card. I need your card. No. Yes, I request your supervisor. Why is that?
Bro, that was fucked up.
You guys work with us.
No, these are the people.
Yes, I'm the people. You guys serve us. So,
That's because they're corrupt as fuck.
I would like okay, I would like your card as well. Yep. And I'm gonna follow the report on you, and you. Because you guys are all stupid. You guys are the dumbest motherfuckers I ever met in my life.
You're glad? Why, bro?
You guys really work?
This motherfucker.
Is that how you guys work nowadays? You assume someone is someone and that's it? That's all you guys need? Yeah? Oh my God, what is American gangster? You're allowed to do
Allowed to what?
Talk to somebody, and if we
It wasn't allowed to talk to somebody. You arrested him.
assume I'm someone and try to
right, then he made a mistake.
Now the other people are getting in. Other people
What if
around
somebody did that
are
to
getting
you?
involved with it
What if
now.
somebody did
I
that
was
to
going to
you?
do
And
it
then-
anyways.
I mean, they ain't getting nowhere.
Yeah.
Like a bunch of
You got
cackling
life fucked
hens.
up. You ain't gonna just buckle up and just.
See, I'm gonna tell you how soldiers roll. Let me tell you how soldiers roll. Soldiers roll like this. I don't care if it's 10, 15, 20, 30, 100 men. One man steps up and one man speaks. You don't have women talk like that. It ain't no one woman talking, and is women talk like that. Women shouting from all different directions, and you can't hear the other side can't hear, and you can't hear on this side because the women are all over the road hollering and screaming all at the same time. But soldiers roll like this. We got one man talk for the whole group. If that man mess up, we with that man, whatever he stepped on, we all stepped on it. We all got to deal with what he said. But he's the man. He's the man that's talking for us at the time. So we rolling with him. And that's how it go. When you a soldier, man, when you be soldiers. But niggas and women, that's how they talk. And you'll end up getting nowhere. Except for, like a woman, you get to fuss at the person. Okay, you fussed at them. Now what? Now what? You lucky you going home. But if you a soldier, man, I don't care how confined they put you in, you stay tight. You keep yourself tight. So if something happened, you can still make it. You can still maneuver. He gave himself no time, no place to maneuver because he want to fuss at them like little girls. So I'm saying this to say this is not the way to act. I'm from the Life Skills Boot Camp. I'm Coach Clarence, Coach C. I'm from the Life Skills Boot Camps. We have information to help you how you deal with police. Because when you deal with the police, there's only 3 questions you ask them. 3. And then once you get the answer to those 3 questions, then you know how to proceed. We teach that. We have that information for you. You can go to our website, www.lifeskillsbootcamps.com, and we will have that information for you. We have whole training camps about just manhood programs, but just the information about just this particular situation, it should never happen. It should never happen. But because there's so many single mothers out there, they don't know how to teach young men to walk in ranks and stay in ranks. You don't know how to stay in your rank. You just you step out. You know, something happened, and instead of you staying in rank, you outside of your rank trying to look up front, see what's going on. No, stay in your rank. Stay in ranks. That's where your power is, in your ranks, in your unity. But see, here they out here hollering and screaming like a bunch of cackling hens. A bunch of women on the street or something. Look stupid. And this dude is lucky he didn't get killed. He's lucky he didn't get killed. Blessed he didn't get killed. I mean, I'm not saying he's a bad cat. You know, I'm not saying he's a bad brother, but I'm just saying he's lucky that this didn't go as left that it could have gone. And then he'd be what they call dead right. Is it worth being dead right? Or is it worth being being a soldier at this point and then addressing it later in a more intelligent fashion? I don't know. See, but there's so many single mothers and they don't teach nothing about it. It's a single mother, hard for a single mother to teach a young man discipline, self-discipline, because they don't have to have it. Women don't have to have self-discipline. They can say what they want, do what they want, and most of the time it's going to go right by. Only in the most egregious of cases is it ever going to be even acknowledged, let alone dealt with. And that's not a knock on the women. It's just the way the society has evolved. This society has evolved, where at first women were at the back of the road, and now they so far intertwined in the society that the worst of them can affect everything. Anyway, this is my thing is, don't do this. Don't do this. You see all the mistakes this guy made. Even though he walked away from it, that he was blessed. He was blessed. He says he is not an FBI agent on another video. He talks about how he is not an FBI agent. But doesn't matter whether he's an FBI agent or not. You still shouldn't be coming at the police like that. Because all you need is one of these police to just lose it and just put a bullet in your head. Then what? So come to us or go wherever. I'm not saying we got the only solution to the issue, but we got the 3 questions you should be asking any officer that stops you or pulls you over or questions you. You got 3 questions that you should be asking. Plus, you need to know your rights as a citizen. You need to know your rights. So come let us help you. And if not, you don't want to let us help you, let somebody at least talk to an attorney or something to try to get you some information, but never, ever pop out of ranks like that and be hollering and screaming, jumping around, and always have your self-discipline so that you can be tight enough where you won't be in a situation where you just lose your mind and end up losing your life because you can't keep your tongue in your mouth. All right. That's this one, and I'll get you on the next one. Oh, yeah, and never be the aggressor. You see, in this situation, this dude was obviously the aggressor. Never be the aggressor. Never be the aggressor. Peace.